All right, listen, your fights aren't killing your marriage, but something else is. Sue Johnson says the chief predictive factor in partners who divorced was not how often they fought, but how much affection and emotional responsiveness they had between each other. It's not your conflict that's the problem, it's the way you're handling conflict. Conflict is healthy. You're going to disagree. You're going to get hurt, hopefully unintentionally. And you're also going to eventually hurt or neglect your spouse as well. What makes all the difference is the ability to express that in a healthy way where you feel safe to do so. The ability to repair and move towards each other through vulnerability and trust and emotional responsiveness. They all need to be present. They're not add-ons. They're not optional. They're pillars of what holds your marriage up, or whether it crashes to the ground. Our relationship simply doesn't work without those things. I have hundreds of people in the comments talking about how their spouse, male or female, doesn't listen when they have a hurt. They just dismiss them or mock them. Well, I hate to tell you this, but that's not a relationship. I'm not saying divorce them tomorrow, I'm saying wake up. Your marriage started dying the moment you both couldn't repair the hurts and conflicts that came up in the relationship. When you can't repair or reconnect, that only creates more distance and more disconnection than before, doesn't it? It breaks down the trust and the friendship and the emotional safety that's necessary for any relationship to survive. So we have to do something different. The first thing we do is assess, does our relationship have affection and emotional responsiveness? If not, that's a full stop. There's no reason to go any further. If you value the marriage, it needs counseling. If you don't value it, leave. Those are your only two options. If you both actually want to help the marriage, then you need to start prioritizing and practicing these. Emotional responsiveness means that when they reach for you, you're there for them. Husband or wife, we can both be guilty of dismissing or invalidating our spouses, but we need to realize that affects the direction of our marriage. Are you practicing affection? Touching, kissing, holding, hugging. And this is extremely important. And when we do those things, we do them without the expectation that it's going to lead to sex. That's how she knows we value her more than we value sex. And if these aren't present, let's stop blaming the other person and instead realize their importance to us and the marriage and get help before all the resentment and hatred build up. So let's go out there and be affectionate and emotionally responsive. Said no one ever.